It's week 5 of the NFL. And coming up, we're going to see Keenan Allen. No one's been busier this season as he currently paces the NFL in receptions. It's the Bears and the Panthers, and it comes your way. Next.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you look at this Bears team entering play. Now, losers their last time out, so they'll look to make amends here.
And one of the best ways you can do that is to be at home, and they are. They're going to try and ride that home crowd and that wave of emotion to a victory in this one.
On the other side of the field for the visiting Panthers, we're in October now, so everybody should be coming into form, shouldn't they?
They really should, and what you have now is a full routine established about what you want to get done and full focus on.
Two of the bigger disappointments in the first quarter of the season doing battle here as we get this one underway.
And this is not going to wind up anywhere near the landing zone, so this will be blown dead, and they'll move it up to the 40.
It didn't take long to see our first penalty of the game, did it?
We always talk about every...
They'll run a draw now with Hubbard. And some good acceleration there as he's across midfield to the 48-yard line.
12 yards on the gain. A great start for this offense. Well, there you go. This offense off to a strong start this afternoon.
Yeah, with a big run and a first down. That's putting what you practice into play. That's excellent execution to get things started.
They'll find the former Steeler, Deontay Johnson.
The numbers for Johnson in last week's game: 4 catches, 54 yards, and a touchdown.
And you know what he did all week in preparation for this one? Hydrated.
Salivated.
Yes, stretched, dreamed, going against the last team in the league against the pass.
Yeah.
He expects to catch every one thrown today.
You're right. They have struggled 32 of 32 in that category.
Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains.
Third down, Young from the gun.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Bears' 31-yard line. 13 yards as the quick slant keeps the drive moving. So opening drive, third down, they complete the slant to move the sticks.
And ordinarily, it's a high percentage pass when you throw it. And receivers like to run that route because it gets the ball in their hands pretty quickly. Just a couple of quick steps upfield, break towards the middle, the ball should be there, and then they can do some work afterwards.
Montez Sweat with a tackle. Now 2nd and 5. Straight ahead with Hubbard.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Now they're going to be dealing with a 3rd and 7 as that one officially a loss of 1. Here's Young. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Montez Sweat, the man that time to fight in and drop him.
And we clearly saw right there why the Bears went out and got Montez Sweat last season. He's a player who appears to be on an upward trajectory, and plays like that are certainly a big reason why.
Well, great field position for them, Charles, to start that drive, but not a lot of yardage to be had. They do, however, come away with a long field goal.
Yeah, and that's a plus. I mean, give them credit for that. They start the game 3-0. Don't come away empty-handed on this opening possession. And one other thing, it's a 50-plus yard field goal. Let's give the kicker a little respect as well. Those kind of kicks aren't routine.
So the Bears ready to go on offense, and it's the #1 overall pick leading them out, the Heisman Trophy winner from USC, Caleb Williams.
And he's playing at a very high level here in this early part of the season. In fact, he leads the NFL in passing yards. Now, that's not always an indicator of success, but in his case, it is.
First carry for DeAndre Swift.
He'll be hit down at the 33, 5 yards on the play. The numbers for him from a week ago: 19 carries, 66 yards.
How about the first month of the season for him? He leads the league in rushing, so you know his confidence is at an all-time high, which means his offensive line loves it too. They'll get more opportunities to run block for him.
On play action, here's Williams. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Cole Kmet.
And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift.
And he'll get across midfield and into Carolina territory. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
To the air, Williams.
And his throw's going to be incomplete.
You look at this Carolina defense.
And they've been excellent against the pass, the number 6 unit in the NFL.
Yeah, this has been a good defense, but they're going to have to really prove it in this one because guess what? They're facing the number 1 passing offense in the NFL. It's definitely a prove-it day for them.
First catch so far for the man who led the NFL coming into the weekend. He's got a first down.
Solid opening drive so far, Charles. They've moved this football into field goal range, but you know that they want to cap this off with 6 and not 3.
Absolutely. As one of the better coaches in the league always tells me, on offense, I want to throw body blows all game long and finish it with uppercuts. Well, here are the body blows right now. He's hoping in one uppercut will take care of the end of this drive.
This will be a gain of about 8 to the 27-yard line.
The Bears at 1-3 here in the early part of the year. Charles, they were losers last time out. What do you think they need to do differently here?
Well, I don't think it needs to be as drastic as burning up last week's game tape or not watching it, but the attitude has to be what's done is done. Let's move on. Put that one behind them, galvanize themselves, and go forward and get a win in this one.
They'll go play action here with Williams. He's got his target. That's complete.
And out of bounds all the way down at the 3.
A lot of great quarterbacks from USC. Here's another one. The rookie's got a first down.
A field goal helps, but a touchdown gets you the lead. That had to be the message transmitted in the huddle. And they delivered there as that throw is going to keep the drive alive. And even better than that, set them up with a 1st and goal.
Swift will score. Touchdown, Chicago. And that caps off what was really a balanced opening drive for them, Charles. They work in the rushing game and the aerial attack, and they end it with a touchdown.
Strong in so many ways, wasn't it, partner? Their ability to throw it and run it and accomplish their goal, they've got to like the way that they started this ball game.
The thing that they'll be looking at is a spot of the football, and this is always such a tough one for officials to get exactly right.
Not just because of how fast the game's going, but just trying to get the right sight line to the football. That's not always easy. We'll see what they decide here.
Another shot from the 1 on 2nd and goal.
Throwing is Williams.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Bears. Keenan Allen, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bears are able to answer the early 3 points and take a first-quarter lead. Well, with this rookie QB, we talk a lot about his ball placement and how good he can be at laying it right in there. I think we just saw, Charles, though, the strength of that arm. That was an absolute rifle for the completed touchdown.
It absolutely was, and let's face it, you think he was really ready to get that first touchdown? Absolutely. He threw that pass with authority, just as you described. Big-time arm right there. And let's face it, a lot of quarterbacks used to be pitchers in baseball. The fastball was usually their best pitch, and we saw it there.
The Panthers coming back out onto the field for their 2nd drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. Just, I like the way you described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6.
Young going to give to Brooks.
And he stopped after a gain of 1. Not enough. Still a yard to go on 3rd down.
You look at this Bears defense.
They're in the spot statistically that you don't want to be in against the pass. Number 32 in the league, dead last.
And when you're getting ready to face the #1 overall offense in the NFL, it does not matter where you rank defensively because you got your hands full. You don't know what you're going to face, but you know that that's a strong unit that you're getting ready for.
His first catch, good for 9 and a 1st down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on 1st quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, #1, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger game. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
That's to the sideline, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jaquan Brisker.
And they will score a pick 6 for a Bears touchdown.
An excellent play there, CD, on the pick 6. And I think were they a nickel? Did they have an extra DB out there?
Yeah, Brandon, I think they were in standard nickel, not the Buffalo, as teams like to call it, meaning 3 safeties for big nickel. They just wanted to take away the quarterback's throwing lanes, and that's exactly what they did and came through with a big-time pick 6.
Santos now to add the PAT. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick 6. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
Here are the Panthers now as their offense comes back out onto the field.
Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick 6, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go-around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick 6 and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for it for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, oh, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
Looking to throw, Young.
That one complete till again.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. His first catch of the game, good for 11 and a 1st down. To throw, Young.
Throwing quickly there, but it's incomplete.
The coverage was good, but I just wonder if they absolutely fooled the quarterback on that play. I think he was expecting something else. Ended up with nowhere to throw the football successfully.
Lets it fly for Thielen. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Almost feels like anything you can do, we're going to try and match or do better. We've already seen 1 touchdown pass from the opposition. They tried to equal it on that throw.
Young to throw it. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a 1st down.
He's a talented runner, and that means he's always looking for bigger and bigger gains when he takes off. Certainly found some bonus yards there beyond the 1st down marker, and this early drive will continue with that extra jolt from his legs.
So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 36. The tight end in motion right. Throwing, Young.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
Here's Young from the shotgun.
This one into the hands of Thielen.
And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2. It's a gain of 34.
Seems like all the fireworks in this 1st quarter have been on the other sideline, but here they're saying, hey, we've got some explosive guys on our side too. And that's a big play in a game that's looking like it might be full of big plays.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
Brooks will take this one in. Touchdown, Carolina. Well, we have seen the stiff arm get a bit of renaissance here in recent seasons, and that was pure strength there as he forced his way into the end zone.
And when you think of guys who use the stiff arm so effectively, I go back to guys like Earl Campbell, Walter Payton, some recent guys like Marshawn Lynch. Let's go to the Wayback Machine. Bronco Nagurski, he dealt out a wicked stiff arm.
Eddie Pinheiro now for the extra point. And he's got it. That cuts the lead. It's now 14-10. So that drive goes 8 plays. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
Chicago works their way back onto the field here for their second drive of the game.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. It's a gain of 13 for number 13, and it gives him a first down.
That's good for the Bears. First down. First and 10 at the 40.
They will run straight ahead with Swift.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
From just shy of midfield, here's 2nd down and 8.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
To throw, it's Williams.
Over the middle, and it's caught. Keenan Allen. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. He had the touchdown on the opening drive. Now he's got a first down.
Swift going to try up the middle.
And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down.
They'll fake the give. Now Williams. Oh, Adunze wide open. It's complete.
And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 15-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage, and here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. On the handoff, this is Swift.
And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
Former first-rounder Derek Brown living up to the billing on that stop.
He'll have to deal with a 2nd and 14 now after the loss.
Once again, it's Swift.
A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
A big part of a middle linebacker's job is being able to take on blocks and then go make plays. But the best ones, they have those big guys in front of them playing defensive line that hold blockers off of them and allow them to flow sideline to sideline and make the big hits.
And probably the wise decision there. No one open. He just throws it away. And that keeps the field goal on the table as it's 4th down.
On is Santos for the Bears field goal.
From the right hash, it's a 35-yard attempt. Santos' kick is up and through, and that moves him up by a touchdown now at 17-10.
So a nice kick there as they are able to add on to their lead.
And that's exactly what you're looking to do. Maneuver yourself into range. That way, if your drive stalls out, you're able to get something out of it. And they do so right there.
And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
Here come the Panthers now, set to take over on offense. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. Young working out of the gun.
This throw incomplete, nearly picked off. And with his pedigree, he doesn't drop many of those. But third down coming up.
Young.
He had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And the Bears take over.
Another drive coming up for this Chicago offense.
And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
And to the right side here, it's Allen. And they've got it well across midfield, down to the 40 before it's all said and done. That'll wind up a gain of 27 on the catch and run.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. As long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Play action. Now Williams.
And he'll go right back to Allen. That's complete. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it'll be second down. Clock runs, less than a minute to go, and an entertaining first quarter of play.
Off the play fake, it's Williams.
A nice job there on the escape and scramble. A first down, a 16-yard gain.
As we both know, there was a lot that went into why they made him their first-round pick this year. Part of it was what they saw in college, his playmaking ability when things break down. As soon as he saw he wasn't getting a lane to throw, he pivoted and found an alternate way to the marker.
And a couple of yards as they move it from the 21 to the 19.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
And just a couple yards there down to the 17.
A 2-yard pickup brings up 3rd and 6.
An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. Back in Chicago, ready for the second quarter. It's the Bears in possession. And this offense on third down today, they've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6.
To throw, Williams.
And he'll find his man on the out route. That's Allen. And they'll hustle up to stop him well shy of the first, right around the 15. Make that now 3 straight 2-yard gains.
Cairo Santos on for the field goal. A 32-yard attempt.
Santos' kick is up and through, and they double him up here. That makes our score 20-10.
So that one on target, and it adds to this first half lead.
And maybe we're too early to worry too much about 1-score lead, 2-score lead, etc. But this is where you kind of start banking those points that come in helpful later on.
Escapes the defender.
And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line.
And the Panthers coming out now.
And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3-and-out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. Second down.
Defenses always talk about earning the right to rush the passer on third down. And you know what offenses want? Win first down so they can set things up for themselves better.
And that wasn't helpful there. Not a big impact on first down. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5.
3rd and 3. They'll try and run here with Brooks.
And he will have a first down here at about the 40. And 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
When you're dead last in the NFL in third down conversions, the odds are against you every time you face it. How about them picking up that one? That was big for them.
Now here's Young. Complete. It's Johnson. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
Here's 2nd and 3.
They'll run straight ahead with Brooks. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Young now from the 50.
This ball taken in here by Brooks.
And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. It's a Panthers first down, 17 yards on the play.
And they'll use him out of the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Here is Young. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
And I think as he began this throw, you saw that the area was congested, but he has a lot of confidence in his arm, and he fits that one in there nicely. They pick up the catch. Not much yardage afterwards.
Young to throw it.
He gets this one to Hubbard, complete.
And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. That one a first down pickup of 8. To the air once more, Young. Johnson's got it complete. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Now a give to Brooks running right.
And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. On 3rd down, they go with Brooks.
And he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Now Young. And he's got it. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective.
And he is in. Touchdown, Carolina.
Chuba Hubbard, his first rushing touchdown on the year. And the Panthers have got it back to within a score. Well, he finishes off the drive with a touchdown run, Charles. Remember, he also had a catch on this drive as well.
And that's what running backs want to be in today's NFL, a complete back. 3 downs, stay on the field, run it, and catch it. And he gets it done.
Piñeiro's extra point up and good.
And the lead is down to a field goal. Now after the touchdown, here's Piñeiro to kick it off.
And able to break this out all the way to the 38-yard line. Great return. The Bears offense and veteran Keenan Allen set to go once more. And seemingly every time they've looked his way in this first half, it has resulted in a big play, as borne out by the numbers.
The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive.
On the ground, it's Swift to start the drive.
And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
Here's a 2nd and 8.
brings up second and 8 at the 39-yard line.
They'll go play action here with Williams.
To the sideline, and it's caught, but boy, he's out of bounds. Well, they try to get him into space coming out of the backfield, but it'll be third down. So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8.
They're throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete.
And I feel like my man, Old Mo, momentum might be changing jerseys right now. How about what they just got done? They scored a touchdown their last drive. Now here's a 3 and out. Maybe momentum's getting ready to creep to the other sideline.
He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. So a change of possession here on the punt.
And it will be the Panthers' ball, 1st and 10. Here comes Chuba Hubbard. Let's take a closer look at him.
They've given him some touches. They haven't had a lot of success on the ground. Do you maybe keep going to that well, or do you mix it up more?
I think you mix it up more, try and loosen things up. Get the defense to react to other people, other plays, but don't forget about it. That's your horse. You know, Secretariat lost twice in his career.
So educational. That's very true, kids. Look it up.
From the 21, here's 2nd and 6.
They'll bring one of the tight ends in motion left. Out of the gun, it's Young. That'll be caught by his tight end, Ian Thomas. His first catch, good for 9 and a first down.
They run out of the gun with Brooks here.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
From the lineman to the guy running with it, that was a well-executed first down by the offense. With 2 shots left to get the first, you can get a little aggressive here on second down if you want and try for some bigger yardage.
Looking middle, and that's complete. He's exceeded his receiving yards from a week ago, and we're still in the first half. It's a first down. Looking to throw, Young. Got an open man, that's C.J. Uzama. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. A good-looking drive so far for the Panthers, and a first down here.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
In motion left, that's Thielen.
Here's Young from the shotgun. That's pulled in by Brooks. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
Up the middle with Brooks here.
And he'll be marked down at the 26 with a gain of 7.
That's a strong pickup right there on first down. And as this drive goes on, we're seeing an offensive line and running game imposing its will.
Out of the gun, here's the give to Hubbard.
Down to the 25.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive. And once again, they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
On the handoff, this is Brooks.
Yeah, this is not going to be enough. Was in search of 2 yards and only got halfway there.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
The kick by Pinheiro is good, and that's going to tie things at 20. So they get the 3. It was 4th and 1, and I think you were doing what I was doing. I was looking down at the sideline. I'm not sure the offensive unit wanted the 3. They wanted to go for it.
But when have we ever seen a unit that didn't want to go for it in that situation, right? Sometimes it's just way more important to have the points on the board than to worry about any type of a gamble.
And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. The home team's offense and their wideout getting set to go once more. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. The last series form, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive. 1st and 10.
Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 9.
Looking to throw is Williams. And there's a short throw. It's caught by Kmet.
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. A gain there of 21 yards.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
From the 42-yard line, here's the 2nd and 8.
At the 42-yard line.
On play action, here's Williams. A pass complete to Odunze.
And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 23. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
To throw, it's Williams.
Throw right side is into the hands of his tight end, Everett. And they'll get this down to the 10. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another 1st down.
That's good for another Chicago Bears.
Back to the running game with Swift.
He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down.
Some good strong running right there, some power and some explosiveness just about got him into the end zone.
Right back to Swift again on 2nd down.
And he takes this one in for a Bears touchdown.
DeAndre Swift
Punching it in from a yard away. And the Bears have broken the tie.
Sometimes offenses can get too cute down near the goal line, but there's nothing fancy about this one. As Coach Lombardi would say, we get a seal here, and we get a seal here, and we run this play in the alley. And that's good work to hit the hole hard and finish in the end zone.
Santos with the extra point, and they will take a 7-point lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
And out a little across the 25 to the 27. The Panthers offense and Bryce Young headed back onto the field. And he's done everything you could have asked for coming in. He's spread it around. He hasn't taken many chances. And he's potentially on his way to a big game throwing the football. And they'll start on the ground with Hubbard.
And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here. And if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
And from the 34, here's 2nd and 4.
Young now.
They'll run the screen with Hubbard.
And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. The Panthers have the first. It's a gain of 12. To throw, Young. Throw left side, complete. That's Johnson. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And that'll bring up 2nd down. And that's incomplete.
Well, we've seen him catch a few passes out of the backfield in the first half, unable to connect on that one.
Certainly seems like getting him the ball out of the passing game, though, is part of their game plan.
It certainly is because he catches it well, creates a mismatch. He's going to cover him with a linebacker, a corner, a safety. They think he can win every battle.
And he's out of bounds as he gets this down to the 45. 5 yards on the screen, but that'll take us to 4th down. So on 4th down, here's Johnny Hecker to punt it away. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field.
And not an abundance of time remains on the clock, Charles, but you would think more than enough to try to extend this lead before intermission.
And when you're talking about extending the lead, I think you're talking about aiming for the end zone because there is plenty of time for that. The fallback is to get through. But in your mind, you put 6 on the board right before the half. That's a heck of a dagger and great momentum to carry into the locker room. And Moore had a remarkable first season in Chicago. They saw him top his previous career highs in catches, yards, and touchdowns. And at age 27, he's not exactly a grizzled vet. Plenty of years left for him to grow. With their new rookie quarterback, Caleb Williams, they expect to be exciting for years to come.
Throwing is Williams. There's a short throw. It's caught by Kmet. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
Now the Bears going to call the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Here's Williams.
Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Allen. And that's good for a gain of 6, and that will bring up second down.
To throw, Williams. He'll get this into the hands of Adunze. Rookie to rookie on the hook up there, and it's a first down. Now the Bears going to use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Williams going to look to throw again.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Sacked there by Jadeveon Clowney.
Another big-time play there by Clowney, who spent his college career in South Carolina. He really now has returned home as a professional to help the Panthers get back on track. Back in the area, getting after QBs.
Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a second down and 17.
To the air, Williams.
And he'll find his man on the out route. That's Allen. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. The 25-yard line is what they need here. This is third down.
Working out of the gun, Williams. He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. Santos' kick is up and through, and that will extend their lead even further. So that's 3 field goals for him now, but heck, he's not even halfway to his career best of 7.
Seems like the 7 field goal games are the kind of games I always get assigned to in my other job. Let's hope for this offense's sake they can start cashing in on a few of these drives.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive.
And with 7 seconds remaining, not much time to really do anything.
They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. Now this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Final play of the half, Young. That's caught by his tight end, Uzama. And he'll go out of bounds, it appears, right at the 45. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, we'll get back to you two in a bit. For now, plenty of early game action around the NFL to get you caught up on, so let's get to it. We'll start across the Atlantic in London, England, where it was definitely a game with some intrigue, as you can see by the scoreline. Aaron Rodgers leading the way in the victory with 3 touchdown passes. Next, we'll head east. It's on to Cincinnati as we check in on the Bengals at home at Paycor Stadium. And they are in a tight one, all tied with the visiting Ravens. Lastly, we head to Gillette Stadium in Foxborough to check on the Patriots. And that one all even in their matchup with the visiting Dolphins.
In the first half, it was the rookie from USC, Caleb Williams, who was looking the part. He's got a touchdown pass on the ledger as his guys were able to build a double-digit lead. Both of these offenses had their share of high points in that first half. Each team had some big moments, and it would seem this could turn out to be a game where the last score wins.
And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Bears offense and Caleb Williams set to go to work once more. And he's been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been totally taken apart, and that is borne out in his numbers. He's been terrific all game long. Williams will get this out wide to Odunze.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line.
When you call a wide receiver screen, no matter how many blockers you get in front of the guy that catches the ball, there's still an aspect of the guy catching it, turning into a runner, breaking tackles and creating his own yardage, and he just did on that play.
Now he's free at the 35. He may go. Touchdown, Chicago! Caleb Williams.
His second TD of the game and 16th on the season.
And the Bears are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. So an electrifying run there as he calls his own number and takes it all the way.
Brings a new dynamic to this offense, doesn't he? And right now I'm picturing the offensive coordinator, the head coach in their minds, drawing up some more running plays for this guy because he brings some excitement to this offense.
And just a young rookie, a lot of electricity yet to come in this career. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. The Panthers offense and running back Jonathan Brooks set to go once more. And you look at his numbers as a pass catcher in this one. They've lined him up in different spots, shifted him around, and made him a real weapon in the passing game.
Young to throw it. There's a short one caught by Uzama. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Snap will come from the 31 on 2nd and 7. Here's a handoff to Brooks. And they'll stop him after a gain of a couple to the 33.
The completion on first didn't get much, and now the run on second doesn't get a whole lot either.
Well, if you're a good play caller, you've already looked ahead and anticipated this type of situation. Already down in his play sheet, trying to dial up a big third down play.
And he is going to have a Panthers first down. They needed 5 there on third down. He winds up getting 7. In motion left, that's Thielen.
From the shotgun, it's Young. There's a short one caught by Uzama. So the completion gets him just a yard, and it'll be second down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. You're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield.
55 yards rushing for him now to this point.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. Now here's Young.
Now throw right side here, going to be incomplete.
Looks like another empty possession offensively, and you're at that point in the game where you can't afford too many more of these. So this is going to require some heavy thinking on the sideline to figure out what they can do to crack this defense.
This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines.
The Bears offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And this defense has got to be at its wits' end, trying to come up with ways to keep him contained. He's had so many opportunities to tuck it and go, and he's turned a number of those opportunities into big plays.
Here's a quick throw caught by Allen. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Back to throw. Williams.
Over the middle, and that's caught by Kmet.
And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
Ball on the 47-yard line. Here's 2nd and 3.
At the 47-yard line.
Throw right side, taken in by Adunze.
5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice time.
Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack.
Derek Brown able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Brown does a really nice job here getting home. Excellent interior pass rusher, and he's developed into the player the Panthers hoped when they selected him in the top 10 a few years ago.
From the shotgun, a throw for Williams.
Flushed out right. Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
Brought down by multiple defenders, and it's a loss of 12.
And it has been a good game for them. They haven't been pressured very much today, but on back-to-back sacks, maybe the defense is starting to figure something out.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. Looking to throw. Williams. Hard throw, incomplete.
Are we on the same page here, partner? Because I think they have the right idea. Just take what you can get on 3rd and forever.
Yeah, in real life, I'd say yes. It's just these video games are tempting. You want to go downfield with it.
I like the way you've evolved.
Yeah.
You know, you've learned how to play it the Madden way.
This is taken at about the 14. It's a net of 40 there. A punt of 48 and a return of 8. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
They'll send a receiver in motion left. Young will set to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
A gain of 9 yards. First down, Panthers.
The slot man in motion right. Young working out of the gun.
That one complete to Leggett.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a Carolina first down on a gain of 16.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
It'll be Young again. And the catch made by Johnson. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Straight ahead with Hubbard.
Broken tackle. Flashy little move, but unable to reach the 40. They give him about 4 on the play, but he's marked short, so it'll be 3rd and about the length of the football. Slot man moves right. Young.
Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not.
He's got a man, complete. He's got it for a Panther touchdown. Ian Thomas His first touchdown on the year.
And the Panthers are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, second year in the NFL. But I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that, so he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the second-year quarterback.
Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off.
And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. Well, this offense and their wideout headed back onto the field. And he was pretty much unguardable in that first half. You see the numbers there as they try to add to him here in this third quarter. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. This now a 10-point game, so things tightening a little bit after that last score.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. What I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
4 yards the pickup, first down.
They were not fooling around at all, were they? Second and short, and they brought out the heavy package. Almost felt like the super heavy package against that defense, didn't it?
Yeah, I don't think they expected that much beef up front, and it turned into an easy first down conversion.
And he'll be taken down at about the 45.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. He wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down.
Josie Jewell, the linebacker, getting the sack. Well, it's been a little bit of feast or famine because he's thrown for decent yardage, and obviously they've got the lead, Charles, but now he's been sacked 4 times.
And what I'm focusing on is his toughness in the pocket. Because you mentioned the feast or famine part, he's played well in between being dumped on his back. But every time he's had a chance to throw the football, he's been impressive.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Able to pick up a dozen yards, but they needed more. 4th down.
Partner, even I can figure out who deserves the lion's share of credit for their lead right now because he has been terrific in a dual threat role, really chewing up yardage and getting them points with his legs. Simply put, that defense has had no way of stopping him, and that's why his side is on top.
This is taken at the 15. They call that a punt of 38 yards officially.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Bryce Young and the offense out for their next series.
Last series, the ball never hit the ground. 6 of 6, touchdown pass, so whatever he did then, do it again, right?
Yeah, it reminds me a lot of when I watch the best quarterbacks throw 7-on-7 or even routes versus air. They're accurate. The receivers catch it. The ball never touches the ground. Or if you want to take it to basketball, a well-executed fast break, right? Pass, 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 finish at the rim, basket. Yeah, ball never hits the ground there either.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Young to throw it. That is caught by Thielen. But he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds.
And they get 17 more on that one and another 1st down.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Looking to throw, Young. Looking sideline, incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
This ball complete. It's an out route to Thielen.
And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. To the air once more, Young. And this is going to be incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's a perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, You have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
So give him 3 on that drive. You know, normally you'd say, we'll take it, but the way points have been flying around, it feels like a little bit of a letdown.
Yeah, you just have to wonder, are field goals going to be enough? Because as you pointed out, the way touchdowns have been scored, does kicking a field goal actually put you at a disadvantage the rest of the way?
So here are the Bears to take over on offense. They were losers a week ago to the Rams, but they've got the lead right now as they start this drive 1st and 10. Man, I just love being in this stadium. So much history, tradition, so many great teams and games, and we're seeing a pretty good one right now, hotly contested in the 3rd quarter. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
This is 2nd and 8. They'll go play action here with Williams.
They'll roll him out right. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
And that was a quality play to start a new set of downs. That was simply an offensive line winning the battle up front and winning in a big way and giving their guy in the backfield a nice lane to hit.
They'll stay on the ground with Swift. Pushing forward for 3 up to the 48.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
They'll try and run here with Swift. Yeah, this is only going to be a gain of 2. He needed 3. It's 4th and 1.
Brandon, one thing about blitzes, they really confuse offensive linemen at times, and what you have to do is lock in on the guy right in front of you. If you don't, you saw the end result. Defensive tackle ended up making the play.
Here comes the Bears punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And he'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds.
The visitors' offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he had it going in the first half, that's for sure. He's really had his way with his secondary. They've been powerless to stop him, and he'll look to keep it rolling right here.
Now Young. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
2nd down and a yard.
On play action, Young.
Got a man, that's Leggett.
2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
A pickup of 2 yards. First down, Carolina.
To throw, Young. There's a short one caught by Uzama. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. Final minute now of the 3rd quarter. Young now from the 50.
There's a short throw caught by Sanders.
2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
2 yards on the play. First down, Panthers.
Again, it's Young. There's a short one caught by Uzama. They'll give him 4 yards there, and it's 2nd down.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players. Somehow came back to football. That's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
And the Panther first down.
And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at Soldier Field. It's the Panthers in possession of the football, but facing a deficit here as we get to the fourth and final quarter of play.
And they'll run on first down with Hubbard.
Bust through the tackle. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
A play fake. Now Young. Johnson's got it complete.
And he's going to be touched down, but he's got the first down.
The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. In motion goes the tight end. They go play action. Young. Quick hitter here. It's complete. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that's going to bring up 2nd down. Here's Young from the shotgun. Touchdown! Adam Thielen from 8 yards out.
And the Panthers are an extra point away from tying this game here in the 4th. We are set up for a fantastic finish now. A 4th quarter touchdown here. We're an extra point away from a tie football game.
And I know they're thinking about possibly going for 2, but I'd go ahead and kick this one and just get it back to level.
Pinheiro now to add the extra point. And no sweat. He puts it through, and we are tied here in the 4th. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive.
And it ends with a touchdown pass to Adam Thielen. Now this one setting up for a great finish. All tied in the 4th as the kick's away. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The home team's offense and their quarterback ready to go once more.
At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense.
Well, they just gave up the score to tie it. That's the bad news. The good news, plenty of time in this 4th quarter to try to grab that lead back. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. Off the play fake, it's Williams. And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
This defense has passed its first 2 tests by forcing back-to-back incompletions. They know there's probably another throw coming on 3rd down. Let's see if they decide to force the issue by sending people on a blitz.
And this is caught. He hits more.
And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
To throw, it's Williams. A pass complete to Odunze.
Doesn't matter whether it's a zone coverage or a man coverage, the drag route can be effective when it's run well.
A good position to be in here, 2nd and inches. To the air once more, Williams.
Over the middle, and it's caught. Keenan Allen. He went over 100 yards in the wild card round. He's over 100 here as well. And a first down.
And the Bears first down. 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Working out of the gun, Williams. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on 1st down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 33.
To throw, Williams. Looks for the out route, and it's complete to Kmet.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
He may be a bit undersized compared to the modern-day NFL defensive tackle, but what he lacks in size, he definitely makes up for in his ability to make tackles in the run game as well.
They will run straight ahead with Swift.
And he'll get this one down to about the 17.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. 3rd and 8.
It's a gain of 3. Brings up 3rd and 8.
To the air, Williams. Open man is Kmet, the tight end.
And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. So that'll go as a 4-yard loss on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down.
Santos on for the field goal. A 38-yard attempt.
Santos' kick is up and through, and they have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. So now out comes this offense led by their quarterback as they take over once more. And we'll take you through some of the highlights here. You'll notice he had a hand in a lot of them so far. He's got this offense rolling right now. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And now they find themselves trailing following the field goal. Still a good amount of time in this 4th quarter, but this drive very well could determine the outcome of this ball game.
Timing's crucial in any route thrown, but when you throw an out, so many things are going through the mind of the receiver. Catching the ball, timing it up with the quarterback. Are my feet going to get down in bounds? On that play, all those things going through his head might have caused him to drop it.
And he'll work this one up to about the 38.
Holding, offense.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold.
Young going to give to Brooks.
Fighting through. And the ball is knocked out.
Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line.
We just saw the dilemma for every coach. You want them to fight for the extra yardage, but somehow continue to cover the football. Oftentimes when you fight that hard, the ball becomes exposed.
Defensively, it's obvious they're trying to be more aggressive. First tackle a little too aggressive. Second one, though, they strip it loose. Getting set to go again here on offense, Keenan Allen marches back onto the field.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble.
Young now.
This ball taken in here by Brooks.
And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down.
And that's all about recognition right there, because he's got to go from pass rush mode to pursuit mode, what defensive line coaches like to call retracing. And he's able to retreat and make the tackle for just a short gain.
So possession goes over here on the punt.
And they will take over 1st and 10. This offense making its way back out, led by their wide receiver. And he's looking to finish strong. He has been the star of the show, as they have just had absolutely no answers for him defensively. They'll start on the ground with Swift.
Up past the 25 to the 26, a gain of 5.
Good push from the offensive line, and they've done well so far to build this lead. Now they've got to get things to the finish line, and that's a solid pickup there to begin the drive.
And not a whole lot there, maybe a yard to the 27.
And this is the worry, because sometimes you can get a little too predictable in spots like this. You know you're going to run the ball, but they know you're going to run the ball as well. And now you look up, and you're staring at an important 3rd down.
Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't.
Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point. And they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
The visitors' offense and their running back getting set to go once more. And it's hard to believe you could run the ball a whole lot better than he has. The vision, the cutback ability, the acceleration, it's all been on display throughout. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. And they'll come up on a 2nd and 7 from the 27. Once again, it's Brooks.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play, and it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Young. He's got his target. That's complete.
And they worked this well upfield across the 45. Last play they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Throwing, Young.
That one complete to Liggett.
And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. Another catch for him there. This one good for 11. 1st down. Here's Young.
That's to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
It'll be Young again. And he'll go down. The Bears get there for the sack.
That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6.
A field goal from this spot likely out of the question. They've got to get closer here on 3rd down. Young.
Got a man. That's Liggett.
And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. And just 3 yards on the catch there. He couldn't get away. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. Here's Johnny Hacker now as he's on for the 5th time here today. That one sails out of bounds. The side judge will walk it off. And he says it went out of bounds at the 9-yard line. Nice punt.
The Chicago offense set to get started. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead.
They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And he'll find some room to get this up to about the 14.
J.C. Horn up to make the tackle. 2nd and 5. Here's Williams.
And he'll find his man on the out route. That's Allen. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
On play action, here's Williams. Oh, Odunze wide open. It's complete. Now he's loose down the left sideline.
Touchdown, Chicago!
Rome Odunze.
79 yards.
And the Bears use the big play to extend their 4th quarter lead. Well, Charles, kind of the future of this franchise on display right there. You had a rookie throwing it, a rookie catching it, and taking it into the end zone.
Could you imagine if we were in the owner's box right now and we could look at the front office and see the grins on their faces, to see the present making plays and knowing what the future will bring with these youngsters going out and making big-time moments happen for this team.
Now, after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away.
And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. This offense making its way back out, led by their running back. And he has put in a full game's work and then some. Just an incredible performance on the ground to this point in the fourth quarter. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And you figure after giving up that last touchdown, they trail by 2 scores here in the fourth quarter. This drive becomes very critical.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. So the completion good for 7 there. And that brings up third and a full 10 yards. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Young to throw it.
And that one complete downfield to Johnson.
Now he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. Out of the gun, it's Young. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end.
All 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning. Here's 1st and 10.
Wide open receiver complete.
And the Panthers are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
Here we go, 1st and goal.
Now here's Young.
A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
That's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle.
And this is caught now for a late touchdown. So hold everything here. This one's not over yet. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
Important extra point up and through. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this fourth quarter. Now after the touchdown, here's Pinheiro to kick it off.
And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. This offense headed back out, captained, of course, by their quarterback. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been that successful. He just processes things so quickly and makes a right read seemingly every time.
And not a whole lot doing there, so he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
He's going to get it again. Just looking to get forward and protect the ball.
The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Play action. Now Williams. And that's out to the flat for Swift.
Now the Panthers going to signal for their third and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. This is brought in at the 21. That'll be a 43-yard punt, but a net of just 33 following a 10-yard return. And out will come the offense as they take over.
So now Young and the Panthers down by a field goal, less than 90 seconds to go. That's caught by Johnson. Here's Young. That one complete to Leggett.
And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45.
Young to throw.
That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20.
Now Young.
He takes it across for the touchdown, and they've taken the lead late in the final minute of the fourth.
Wow. Wow.
CD, that was an all-or-nothing drive to win this football game, and they rose to the occasion to take the lead here in the waning moments.
And how about how they got it done? No timeouts left. They take it downfield, execute perfectly, and get it done. Now they don't leave their opponent with a heck of a lot of time on the clock.
Pinheiro now to add the extra point. And that will make this a 4-point game. Just a 4-play drive that time.
And in the end, it was Deontay Johnson's touchdown catch to cap the drive.
Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here.
And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34.
So the focus now shifts to the Bears, trailing by 4. A little over 20 seconds to go. They've surrendered a double-digit lead, but can rescue themselves late as they come up on first down.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's second down.
They'll look to throw.
He's going to get that to Swift underneath. And he'll wind up getting about 8, but the clock will run. Also, don't forget, it's now third down.
He'll look to throw.
And this nearly intercepted. Probably should have been. Had he caught it, it would have sealed it. Instead, one more chance coming up on fourth down. Well, going to be tough to get 2 plays out of this. This could very well be it. On fourth down, here's Williams. This ball intercepted. Picked off by J.C. Horn. And the Panthers are going to hang on the final play. They get the turnover to seal this football game. Charles, normally when you see a group score this many points, it's a complete blowout. But instead, they needed every single one of those in this close, high-scoring affair.
And, Brandon, I'm still on the edge of my seat after that one, because when you have that much scoring and it still comes down to a one-possession game at the end, that's not something we see very often. In this case, these offenses, they brought it. The defenses, they're going to need some work going forward.
So for Carolina, they move a step closer to 500 as their record improves to 2-3. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for the Bears, they'll fall to 1-4 with a loss. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.